So you guys have practiced overflow, right? In overflow there is one trick I'll show you. For overflow auto, you can use to make that has a content like a blog. I'll show you now. What I'll do, I'll create one overflow page. Screen is visible, right? First I'll go with float property, then I'll go with the scroll overflow. So you have this overflow now. What I'll do, I'll create one div, and inside this div, or else I'll make this as a paragraph tag. P. Then I will add one image. SRC. Yeah, BG. I'll take BG. I'll close it. Then I'll add some text. This is an example for float property. Then I'll add some extra text. If you see, can you see how the text is looking here? First, in my code, I have given the image first here. In this paragraph tag, I have image first, then I have this text. So it could have started right after this line, right? But it is showing here from this. No, I know that's in line. I'm not asking why it is showing there. I'm asking you to see it is starting from here, right? Now, I will use float property here, style, or else wait, I'll do one thing so that there is a difference to see with clarity. I'll copy the same thing, Control C. I'll add one HR tag, I'll paste it here, so I'll have the same thing. It is same, right? Now what I'll do, I'll add the style property here, style, float left. I will save it. Can you see now? Text has started from start. So this is what it makes, float property. Now it's making completely float on left. If you want it right, on the right side if you need, just add the property right. Inherit means, any idea about inherit? Look here, now it will be on the right side. Can you see now? It is on the right side. So this is what float will do. And now if I add a border for this, there will be a little bit headache for this. Now I'll add a border. So before adding border, let me ask a question, what inheritance means? Like generally I'm asking, what inherit means? Similar to what? Similar to?
Root properties
In general, I'm asking. General, I'm asking. Inheritance. What do you know what inheritance means? Generally, I'm asking. If you know what generally it means, then you will have the idea how it does here. I have not heard the word inheritance then? Then say it. How many of you did computer engineering? Then you had Java, right? In Java you have OOPS concept, right? In OOPS you have one of the OOPS concept is inheritance. Like generally I'm asking. Chetan, you have any idea what inheritance means? Chetan, any idea about inheritance?
No, sir.
Like if your father has some property, it will be inherited by you, right? Next. Like suppose in the if your father had some hairstyle like he was saying, you will be having the same one, right? Like looks or something in some characters or behavior, like you said. That is what inheritance means. Here in coding, how inheritance work means property value. You have a parent element. For that you have given float, right? Inside that you are using something. For that if you give float, inheritance means parent what it is using the same value it is going to use. That is what inheritance means. Taking something from your like father, mother you have, right? Like blood relation like that. Here it will be a child component. From parent it will inherit the property. If parent is having float, right? Child will also float, right? But if you don't know, code will be like the div will be at the top. You don't know. You don't want to scroll. You can give float inheritance. So that is what inheritance means. So now what I'll do for this, instead of making this p tag, I'll make this a div tag. Still it works the same, but the text will be small. That's it. Look, only the text is small. Now what I'll do, both are inside the div. Look, if I close this div, both image and the text what I have typed, it is inside the div, right? It is inside the div. What I'll do, I'll go here, I'll add head tags, head tag, style, and now in style I'm going to do this div. Here I'll give border 2 pixel solid green. If you see, both are inside the div, right? But when I have given the border for this div, can you see image is getting out?
Yes.
So here what you have to do for this image, what I'll do here, I'll write overflow auto. It's still not working. Let me see what example I have given there. Well, for image, I'll just remove this. What I'll do, I'll give one class name for div. Like, just observe how it is different. Like, let us be back for what we saw. Like, when I have given the border, it should be able to cover this image, right? But both are inside the div. It should be able to cover. Look here. Inside the div means it should cover, but it is not covering. So here I'll give one class name, class xyz. Here I will use that property dot xyz. For whole div, for image it didn't work, overflow. Now I am doing for the whole div by giving a class name, overflow auto. Did you observe now? The div also covered that image. Even if I keep on increasing the image height, it keeps on covering. So this is one of the trick for overflow. Like if you have a div, and not only for image, any content which is not like for its property, like for image it has its own height and width, right? It is coming out of the box. For div it is taking only border. At that time you can use this overflow auto. And still you have many more, but first try to understand this, okay? Then it will be easy going on. And now I'll be explaining like what's that inline block, inline and inline block. I'll take a new example. Just go with block dot html. So everyone is having a clear idea of what block level and inline means, right? Then it will be easy to understand for you guys. So you can make inline elements to be block, and you can make block elements to be inline by using display property. I'll show you now. So what I'll do first, I'll take one h2 tag, h2, tomorrow you have holiday. Day after tomorrow you have mock interview. I'll just copy these things and I'll make it paragraph tag, not paragraph. I'll go with span, which is also an inline element. Look here in the code, I have written one after one, but when you come here, look here, tomorrow you have holiday, day after tomorrow you have mock interview. Even here I did the same, but here it is coming one after one, and below it is showing right next to next, right? So this is block level element, this is inline element. Now you can change them. How? What I'll do, I'm going to write here style. So far you guys about display you know only two, like hidden and none, right? Now here display, what I'll do, I'll make them as inline. Look here, I'll make them inline. I will add this style for both the block level element, and now if you see, like at the beginning itself it has added weight. I'll just comment this one. Oh sorry, I have used the wrong line. Here I should be adding this one I will comment. This was the heading. Can you see now? Tomorrow you have holiday, tomorrow you have mock interview, both. I'll just add one HR right after this block level element. Look now, before I display here, display inline, it was showing one below one, right? Means it was block level element. Now it has not converted into span. Like you cannot call this span now. It is still a block level element. By using display inline property, you made it inline. That's it. Now you cannot call this as inline element. It is still a block level, but you made it inline by using this property. Now down below you have inline, right? Now you have to make this block one below one. So here you have to write display block style. Display block. block. Now did you see? It is showing one below one. So you have one more property which is inline block, combining both. Look here, display inline, display block, and you have one more which is inline block. For that it can be anything. I am using span, but it can be anything. I will do inline block. It is similar only, you won't see any difference. Or else just try to get to know this. Now I will show the difference between the three. Now you got to know the difference between the two, right? Display inline and display block. You got a difference, right? Now I'm going to show you inline block, like how I'm able to explain you guys. Yeah, I'll take one div, and inside this div, what tag shall I use? I'll go with h2 tag only. h2 I am a software developer. I'm running out of ideas. Rohit, what engineering you have did? Mechanical. Mechanical, right? Now you want to become a software developer, right? So now you have this H2 here. Look, I am Rohit and I have completed mechanical engineering and I want to be a software developer. Now what I'll do here, this mechanical engineering part, I will add a span. I'll add a span tag. So this mechanical engineering part, it will be inside of it. Or else I'll make mechanical and engineering two separate with two separate span. Like span won't do anything, like it is going to cover you, that's it. Like default, by default it won't be doing anything. I'll explain, don't worry. What I'm doing, I'm going to explain what I'm doing here. So look here, there won't be any difference here. It is still the same sentence. I'll refresh. It's refreshing, but it will be the same sentence. Like one arrow mark, or else I'll do it from start with. So you have this thing here. I'm Rohit and I have completed mechanical engineering. You have here, okay. Still it's the same here. This tag will be removed now. It is same. Now what I'll do, this mechanical, like you have used span, superscript, typescript, all this you've done, right? Like that, I will wrap it up with span tag. First I will wrap mechanical, SPAN, span, okay. Then I will wrap engineering. 2 span I am having, and I am wrapping up with 2 different words. And if you see now, it is still the same. By default, span will do nothing. And now what I will do, I will add one class name. Class, I will write block BLK, and I will add the same class here for this span opening tag attribute, and still it will do nothing here. Still it is not doing anything. Now I will copy this whole sentence and I will repeat it 2 times. Like you have 3 things, right? So I am going to repeat it. One more. And here one more. But I'll change the class name. So here first one is for block, second one is inline. I'll just write INL, and here I'm going to write INB, inline block. If you understand this one example, you can easily explain how these 3 are different. And now I'll save this. I'll just give the class names. First one will be here. I'll be writing this as block inline, block. This is a paragraph text. This is not a style. Inline block. Now if you see here, look, all the 3 are same, right? Just class names you have given different. Here the sentence is bigger because here I have given inline block. It is taking too much, right? I'll just make this INB. ILNBL. And now it is same. All the 3 are same. I have captured this mechanical engineering. This is one span, this is one span, this is one span, this is one span, right? Now for first block, I am going to display block. So first one is BLK, right? So here I will go and write dot BLK class. What I will do, I will give background color. Cyan. I will do the same for 2 remaining classes. Can anyone tell me why it is showing in it? Exactly. I have to use style tags. Now I'll do for other 3 classes. So which are the 3 classes I have? BLK, then I have INL, then I have INB. Still there is no difference. Look, only mechanical engineering will be highlighted now. Can you see it has been highlighted, right? Now when I use display property, all the 3 will be different now. Look, I'll show you. Here first one is display block, right? I'm going to write display block. Look how it's going to show now. Can you see? It became a block and it has been break down, right? For this display, I'll give inline. Yeah, then you'll be confused, sir, because display is bottom. That is what is not taking. I'll do it at the top only. Display inline. Look, page has refreshed, no difference. Okay. Now I'll go for last one, display inline block. Display inline block. Still no difference. The only difference what you saw was block, right? When you made the span display block, it became a block, right? It has block level element it became, and it has been blocking. This inline and block inline, it is showing same. First thing is that when you made it inline, it is not breaking down. That is why it is showing here. But below one, why it is showing here? You have written inline block, right? The difference here. You know the difference between block and inline, right? Yes. Now you have to know the difference between inline and inline block. Okay. Now what I'll do here for this inline, for both, here for inline I will add for all I'll add on border. Wait, for all the three I will add border 1 pixel solid blue. For all, it has taken border, right? Now, get to know the difference between inline and inline block. First, for inline, I am going to write height. H-E-I-G-H-T height, and I am going to give 400 pixel. I will save this and I will go there. I will refresh. Has it taken the height? Not, right? Now, I will give the height for inline block. Can you see? So the difference between inline and inline block means inline, it will make inline next to next. It won't take any height, any width. Inline block, not only it makes next to next, it will add height and width. So this is the difference between the three. Anywhere confusions you have? Chetan, you got this topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the difference, like how you can make any element, irrespective of inline element or block element, any element you take. Inside the element, whatever you want to show, like whether you want to block it, inline, and for inline you have to give height and width, you can make it this way. And this is also one of the important questions in interview. What's the difference between inline block, inline block? So you have to know this thing. Next, what we have. I have not clicked on it. Yeah. Margin auto is over. Then you have inline block. So for display, you have like display inline, display block, display inline block, display none, display hidden. Sorry, not display none, display block. Sorry. In JavaScript, I will show you when you click, element should be hidden and element should be displayed. For that, you will be using this display property only. And in JavaScript, you can do styling and you can add style, you can add HTML. Next, what we have? Align. Align, you already know. Like if I have to make a text in between, how am I able to do that? Text align center. Now what I'll do, I'll display one image here at the top. I'll go myself and I'll add one image. Look, image is also a self-closing tag as such as link. You have to end it with a slash. // Then I will go as I'm going to write BG JPG. Now you have this image here. Now you want to make this image display at the center. So for that, I'll add one HR because the element have become inline and it is next to next. If you can see now, this HR will be added. This image I have to make it center. So if I make it text align, is it going to be center? No, because text align is only for text. Now this image, I'll give one class name, class IG. First what I'll make it display as block. Display block. Still no difference. I'll just refresh. Now if I have to add margin only on left and right, what I have to do? Understand the question first. If I give margin on all the four sides, it will take. I need margin only on left and right. The answer is in question only. I should be using margin left, margin right. So I'll use here margin left and margin right. Margin left, I won't give any value. Margin right, I have not given the value. Let me see. Look, still it is on the left. Now what I'll do, won't be giving any number value. I'm going to write it as auto. It's going to take equally on the both sides, which will make the image to display on the center. So this is how you can display an image on the center. In practical questions, they will ask like center a div, center an image. Instead of this image, you can have the div. You can give the class name for the div. That div will be at the center. And one more thing, what I'll do is I'll create one dummy div. I'll just comment this div. I'm going to write a div, and here I'm going to write P and hello there. Now this div style, it is still taking. Where is the div? I'll just make this as div. Display block properties, no need. I'll just give border, let it be there. Background color, let it be there. Let me go and see how it is going to look. It is still not taking. Can anyone tell why? I'll just remove this. I have given div background and I have given border. Look here, this div I have selected that, but it is still not showing those things. I'll show the code for 2 minutes. Tell me what's wrong there. Huh?
Paragraph.
No, not paragraph. I'm giving for the div. There's one mistake. Yeah, take 2 minutes time and let me know what mistake I have did. I'll show you the UI again. I'll refresh. Still the color has not taken, border has not taken. Tell me why.
The class I add
Dot
Yeah, what is with the dot? What I have to do the dot?
class. If we use class, we need to add dot. Otherwise, we don't have to use it.
Yeah, you are almost there. Yeah, any answers, Preeti?
This one of my class
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ನಾನು ಕೊಡೋದು XYZ ABC, ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಡಾಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈ div ಅನ್ನೋದು HTML ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ HTML ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಡಾಟ್, ಫಾರ್ ID hash. Now if I save and go there, now the style will be taken. ಸೊ ಈ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ನ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲೈನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಹೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇದೆ, ವರ್ಟಿಕಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎನಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ? ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 7 to 8 ways, but as of now I can remember only one. So I'll show that. Don't worry, ಸಿ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ವಿತ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ನೌ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್. ಪ್ಯಾಡಿಂಗ್ 70 ಪಿಕ್ಸೆಲ್ 0 ಪಿಕ್ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೈಟ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. Can you see now? It is at the center. Like you have a CSS flex, CSS grid, auto property. Then what you have? Vertical align, inline height, and this padding. You have around 8 to 9. So for now, just know this one, okay? Like at least you should know one, right? Just know this one. Now vertically it is center, right? Horizontally text align it took care. ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ರಿಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಬರೆಯೋದೇ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಗ್ರಿಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿವ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಈಗೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಕಿಷ್ಟು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? Well, there is a property of transform. I think for you guys for now you don't need it. This is for related to animations. Like ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚೇತನ್, I'll be sharing the playlist to you, but tomorrow if there is a holiday for you, can you complete at least 4 to 5 videos by tomorrow?
Okay, sir.
Like each video will be like max it will be 40 to 45 minutes, that's it.
Okay, sir, I'll complete, sir.
I will ask questions only based on those videos. Before that interview, wherever you have doubt, let me know, okay?
Okay, sir.
And for you guys, till today I'll be taking the test like it's a mock interview.